Today I'm going to show you how to build this easel out of Norway pine. Let's get started. This is a piece of Norway or red pine, and it's been weathered, but it's real rough, and I really don't like the looks of it for easel, so I'm going to take my draw knife and I'm just going to take off the very top. And that, I like that better. It's super smooth. This is rough, really smooth. I like the look a lot better. So what I'll do is I'll remove all the top layer from the pieces I'm going to need, and then we'll start building. I've made these sheet metal protectors. There's kind of a waffle pattern inside of the vise itself. So they're just galvanized sheet metal, real thin, and they go down on both sides. And they protect the wood. If you just put it in without these in, you're going to get waffle patterns in the wood. So you can check out that video. I want to cut this off here. This end's kind of broken up. So what I like to use is a hacksaw. It's got super fine teeth, and for doing more kind of detailed, finer work, I like to use this saw because it makes a lot smoother cuts. So I'm just going to cut this off. And it makes kind of a sharp edge there, so I'm going to take a piece of, this is 120 grit sandpaper, and just sand around that end. It just rounds it off a little bit and makes it a lot smoother. And I'll do that. I'll do that to all the cuts. So now what I'm going to do is cut this in half, and then these will be the two legs of the easel. I'll need to measure that, and I'll cut it. Got the two uprights cut. What I like to do is line up the bottom with the edge of the bench, so I know where those are going to be, and then you get the shape that you want it to look like, and it's just whatever you like. This will be the bottom support. What I'll do is do a mark here. It kind of matches to that. Over here I'm going to have to take off a little bit away from me to get that to fit a little bit better. Then I'll put another smaller one up on the top, and I'll cut this off. I've got the bottom one cut off. Now I need to line up this top one. And eyeball that, and just draw a line that's close. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll cut that off. Got the top and bottom piece cut. Now I'm going to use a 2-inch finish nail that'll be driven in here and into this, through this piece and into this piece. And I've put a drill bit that's just a little bit smaller diameter than the nail. And so try and keep that where it was lined up, and then take the drill. I'm going to try and hit the center of that bottom piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the nail, put it on the vise, and I'm going to take the hammer and tap it. I'm going to blunt, this tip is sharp now. I'm going to blunt that just a little bit. And what that does then, instead of the nail when it goes through the wood and pushing it apart more than it normally is, it more or less pushes, and you have a less tendency for it to split. So let's see, I think it's that way. I'm going to get this started here. There we go. I want it just sticking out just a little bit to line this, be easier to line it up. There we go. It's right in that hole. And that should be good. So nail that down. And I'm going to take a nail set. And I'm just going to push down below the surface. And I'll probably leave that, but what you could do is you could fill it in with, what I like to do is take some wood glue, fill in that hole, then take some sawdust and put it on there, and you can kind of brush up, and it'll stick to the wood glue, and it's kind of like a homemade wood glue, well, wood putty, and then you won't even see where the hole is. So I'll show you that later. But I'm going to show you how to do this. That's all lined up, so I'm going to just turn that, and there again, try and get in the center this way and the center this way. I'm not going to blunt this one. I should have done it before I drilled this out to get some other ones ready. Hopefully it won't split. Yeah, there's a crack there, but I don't think that was from me. I think it was there before. So it doesn't look like it split, but I'm gonna have to blunt those nails here before I drill. Now, this isn't, but I can just bend that. And these things look really simple to build, but they're not. So that'll work. Let's see here. Turn that a little bit. Okay. So now, line up this on the edge of the bench. Push that down. But first off, I'm gonna blunt a couple of these nails so they're all ready. There we go. Okay. Push that down. Slide that up a little bit. Should be good. I've built a bunch of these, but sometimes I'll use screws, and that's can of worms too. Let's see, just gonna push that down. Should be all right. Oh, is it gonna be? No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to redo this top one. I'm going to pull this off, and take and drive, nail down, grab a pliers, I'll pull that nail out, I'll try to. There we go. Okay. Chipped out a little bit, but we'll fix that up later. Okay, so now that'll lay flat. So now I'm going to take and tip that whole thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this other side that I haven't done anything with yet. Get in the center of both pieces, close as you can. Piece moved. I'm gonna drag this down. Oh, there we go. I was poking through. That looks good. And then I'll line it up with that hole. Put it in there. Tip it out. Drive that home. And I'll set this nail. Go. Okay. Now the troublemaker. Let's see here. No way I'm going to be able to get. Well, maybe I can. I'm just going to drive a nail in that old hole. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to drill a new hole. I'll fill this one in when I've cover those. I'm going to go down just a little bit. There we go. It's hard to do that when you can't. To slip off so easily. And the pine is really soft. So it's a little stronger. So that's the front there. So this will sit like this. What we need to do is cut a piece. I'm going to measure that. Actually, I'm going to do is just take, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to take this piece and you kind of determine how much of a lean do you want. You don't want it real straight up and down because then stuff won't sit on. I'm going to put actually a nail here and here. When you actually use square nails to make it look kind of older. You know, it's kind of personal preference there, but I'm thinking that looks pretty good right there. So what I'm going to do is take pencil and mark there, and then I'll cut this off, and we'll see how we look for length. I'm going to show you what I do here. The line is kind of wiggle. What you can do is just cut this straight off. I didn't mark it real great, but cutting left hand because the camera's in the way, but that's okay. So that piece is cut off. Sandpaper and clean that up. Round that off. This end too. Let's see how we look here. Oops, let me move this over. There we go. So now that'll be just like that. So, oops, sorry. Now I'm gonna get that lined up. And I'll drill a hole in the top here. I think you can see that. And get in the center of everything. There we go. And then take a nail, blunt that. It's really a bummer when it splits. Then you got to cut a new piece and takes all the fun out of it. So this one's kind of tricky to nail. I'm gonna it's just poking through about 1/8 of an inch. Then I can line it up with the hole in that support piece. Get it so it's looking the way you want it to look. Some ways screws are easier to do, but they have their problems too. So I'm going to set this. Oh, slid off. Come on. I don't even mean, oh, there we go. Tilt that up, I can move it back. Oops, slipped off again. Oh, come on. That's where an extra set of hands comes in. I'm going to try and tilt that. I'm driving straight down instead of at an angle. Yeah, she's going. There we go. So, you think it'd be easy, but it's not. I don't know if it's just me or what. But, okay, we're getting really close to being done here. Now, you know, when I first made them, what I would do is I'd put a piece of string from here to here, but then I'm like, that's kind of putsy. So what I've been doing is putting, yeah, it looks good. I'm just going to cut a piece. Turn this so you can see. I'm going to just line up that piece. I should probably do it down here. That can be a very big piece. Very long, I should say. Right there. And then that'll go in there, and then we'll nail that together. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to have to move you over. Oops. Oh. Too much stuff in the way here. There we go. This one I can cut right in it. There we go. This piece out. I'm going to sand those and that down. This is only, 3/4, maybe 5/8. Not very big. Don't need much. That's good. Okay, then this. I'm going to move you over here so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully. There we go. And this back piece, that looks good. So then now, line that up like that. I'm going to take and blunt a nail before I forget. I should actually do 2. Excuse me. There we go. So now that's in there. You want to get everything lined up this way and this way. And now, oh, that went all the way through. Ah, all done. Sweet. The nail went through there and then into this front part. So There, that is done as far as this part. Now I gotta find the square nails and we'll put those in. Found the square nails. These are inch and a quarter long. I've also put in wooden branches round, drill a hole. You could use a dowel rod. I like the square nails. They give it a kind of an old retro look. And this is just kind of wherever you want to put them. I mean, I don't want them down way low. I don't want to be up too high either, but I'm going to go right there. This first one's not as crucial as the second. What I've done is I put a drill bit in that's, well, it's a little bit bigger than the very end. They're about the same size, but the square nail is tapered. So as the further it goes in, it's going to tighten up. So this is going to be about like that. So let's see if I can drill that. I'm going to start straight or perpendicular to this angle. Get it started, and I'm going to pull it up. I've gone in probably half an inch. So now, back. There you go. In the edge of the bench. Get that. Yeah, let's see. Get that squared up. And just tap it in so it's snug. So there we go. And now this one gets a little tricky. You need, let me see, I gotta find my level. I'll be right back. Found my level. He was hiding over on the other side of the room, but I'm gonna take this, get that level, line that nail. That looks good right there. Hold it. Right there. And again, I'm going to start perpendicular to this angle starting out. It's easier to get it started. It's going to want to walk otherwise. I'm going to tip it up, try and get the same angle as the other side. Let's go in about half an inch. Don't have to go crazy. If you go too far, you could risk splitting this, so be really careful on that. Let's see how we did. It's off just a little bit, but what I can do is I think I can bend this side down just a little bit. Oops. That's wrong. Let's see, this gotta come up. There we go. Almost right on. So that's the basics of the easel done. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to hide those holes. I need to find my wood glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue. This is the one that was the troublemaker. Get that filled in with glue. I'm going to got some sawdust here. Yeah, I wish you were here, could smell this wood, the smell of pine. I love it. And then just sprinkle some on there and then just kind of push that into that glue. And, got a piece of copper in there. Oh well. That'll, let that dry, and I'll do the rest of those, and then we'll see how she looks. I'll show you one more. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of the stick, put it into those holes. I learned this trick a long time ago from, from one of my neighbors growing up. He was in a wood class in junior high school, and his teacher showed him this trick, and then he showed it to me, and I've used it for a long time. Works really well. There we go. And I'll do fill in this one and this one, that one, and this one. And well, I've got all those holes filled in. They're not perfect. I'll let them dry. Probably take some sandpaper and just knock them down just a little bit. Well, I'd probably let it dry probably 24 hours, but that's it. Finished easel. Made out of Norway / red pine. Kind of fun to make. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Have a great day.